Welcome to the 5-Minute English Vocabulary Podcast. My name is Herbert Lee, and I'll be your host. Now you can easily improve your vocabulary without memorizing long lists of boring words, and still develop a powerful command of English. You'll learn the origin of words, or etymology, told as easy-to-remember stories. You'll also hear some jokes, and learn some idioms as well. Episode 3. Season 2. Words of the Year. Past Winners. Hi, it's Herbert Lee here. I've gotten a bit of feedback from you, and starting with this episode, I'll be shortening the stories and simplifying the language a bit. In this episode, we have a few past winners of the Word of the Year, and a few that made it to the short list. Then a few word jokes with my daughter Liesel. The Word of the Year in 2021, according to Dictionary.com, was woman. According to Dictionary.com, woman is defined as an adult female person. The choice reflects how the intersection of gender, identity, and language dominates the current cultural conversation and shapes much of our work as a dictionary. Following Dictionary.com's example, the Cambridge Dictionary updated its definition of woman. While the first definition remains an adult female human being, the second definition is an adult who lives and identifies as female, though they may have been said to have a different sex at birth. The definition of man was also updated. Earlier that year, Merriam-Webster received threats for updating its definition of girl to include a person whose gender identity is female. It also updated its definition of female to include having a gender identity that is opposite of male. It's notable that in 2019, Merriam-Webster declared singular they as the word of the year. In 2021, another new word came into the English language also related to gender neutrality: neopronoun. It's a recently coined pronoun, especially one designed to avoid gender distinctions. Contrasting with the conventional pronouns he and she, neopronouns can include xe, ze, and ve. For years, some people had already been using s/he as a gender-neutral pronoun. Here are a few more words that were previous Words of the Year. Oxford Dictionary's Word of the Year 2021 was vax, V-A-X. Vax was rarely used until the COVID outbreak, which then made the word one of the most used in everyday conversation. It generated many variations that we are now seeing in a wide range of informal contexts, from vax sites and vax cards to getting vaxxed and being fully vaxxed. No word better captures the mood of the year 2021 than the word vax. The Oxford Languages Report defined vax as a colloquialism meaning either vaccine or vaccination as a noun and vaccinate as a verb. Surprisingly, Merriam-Webster dictionaries also chose vaccine as the word of the year in 2021 as well. Collins Dictionary chose the word NFT, an abbreviation for non-fungible token, as the word of the year for 2021. NFT is also amongst the 3 tech-based words chosen by the dictionary as words of the year for 2021. Collins Dictionary describes NFT as the unique digital identifier that records ownership of a digital asset. The Cambridge Dictionary in 2021 chose the word perseverance, due to a spike recorded in the usage of the word since NASA's Perseverance rover landed on Mars. According to the dictionary, the word wasn't looked up online as much before the year 2021, but it was looked up more than 243,000 times globally that year. The Cambridge Dictionary defines the word as the continued effort to do or achieve something even when there is difficulty or it takes a long time. Here are a few more random words that almost became words of the year. Shadow pandemic. This is a noun describing an increase in mental health problems and domestic and family violence attributed to living with the stresses and restrictions of the COVID-19 pandemic. Porch pirate. This is a person who steals parcels who have been left outside a home by a delivery company. Front stab. This is a verb which means to betray someone openly without hiding it. This is the opposite of backstab. Dump cake. This is a cake which is prepared by combining the ingredients directly in the cake tin or dish in which it is to be baked. Menti B. MENTY-B. This is a way of saying someone had a breakdown in mental health, usually during the pandemic. Pingdemic. The large-scale notification of members of the public by contact tracing app. Here in Macau, we had a health code that we had to show at public places before we could enter them. We were in the middle of a pingdemic. The Oxford English Dictionary has also added words like climate catastrophe, net zero, and eco-anxiety. It further states that global heating has also been added to global warming. Words of the year are all influenced by current events, and the pandemic and environment were the most important events in recent years. Now I'm joined by my daughter Liesel for a few word jokes. I've been having insomnia, so I've started sleeping in our fireplace.
Now I sleep like a log.
What did the policeman say to his belly button?
You're under a vest.
I once worked in a bank.
But then I lost interest.
A friend's dog swallowed a few coins.
He's keeping his eye on it, but says there's no change yet.
I bought an impressionist painting, but my cat scratched it.
So I'm now selling it on as a Claude Monet.
Why don't teddy bears ever order dessert?
Because they're always stuffed.
What does the dog say when he sits down on a piece of sandpaper?
Rough.
37 consonants, 25 vowels, a question mark, and a comma went to court.
They will be sentenced next Friday.
I never wanted to believe that my dad was stealing from his job as a road worker.
But when I got home, all the signs were there.
What starts with E, ends with E, and has only one letter in it?
An envelope.
An English teacher asked a student to name two pronouns.
The student answered, "Who? Me?"
That's the end of our Words of the Year series. This is Herbert Lee signing off. By the way, it's holiday time here in Macau, the Chinese New Year holiday. So, Happy New Year, and bye for now.